Well, it's a pleasure to have. This is my new sister right here. Look, we were related and didn't even know.
See? And we look alike. We love it. I got highlights. You got highlights.
Yes. And I'm happy to look like you.
Thank you. I'm happy to look like you.
Thank you. So, if you're wondering who I'm talking about, wonder no more. It's the fabulous Jennifer Holliday. What a pleasure after all of these years, 30 years in the business, I'm finally meeting her. Had a chance to see you live recently, and you did an amazing performance for the Duke Ellington School of the Arts. It was a benefit performance. Yes. Let's start with that. How was that? And giving back to the community and just really just setting a tone for those that aspire to do what you do.
Well, one thing, that school is absolutely incredible, right here in D.C. And those students, I'm telling you, not only their talent, but their spirit of giving everything. And we did a production of Dreamgirls, and they played all the roles, and I came in and did a special kind of thing. I actually stepped in and did my part for 3 of the songs. And they were also very humble at a young age.
Yes.
They were very grateful and very appreciative. So I think that, yes, giving back is important, but also giving them the platform too. It's like, I don't want them to say, "Oh, lady, can you get off the stage and let us sing?" So I didn't take over the whole thing. I let them do their thing, and then just kind of subtly came and did my part.
And that's something that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. The legendary Jennifer Holliday, a part of their high school production.
I hope so.
How cool is that?
I hope so.
And it's so cool to have you here. 30 years, you have certainly withstood the test of time. I know you've traveled the world. It started 30 years ago, I should say, with your memorable, powerful role as Effie in Dreamgirls on Broadway.
Yes, well, Dreamgirls was 30 years ago, but actually I started in a little show prior to that.
That's
we
right.
Did right here
Arms
in
Too Short, the Box of God,
right? At the Warner Theater, and we were held over and over and over thanks to DC. Yes, I'm telling you. We came here so many times with that show. Yeah. And they loved it, and so that so I started with that. So actually, 33 years ago for me, I'm 50 years old now.
Okay, and you know what? I'm not surprised because when DC loves you, they embrace you.
I was telling Steve that. I said, when DC loves you, they will come, especially if they know that their dollar is going to be satisfied.
Exactly.
That they know you can sing, and you're going to return on that. They will spend $1.
And I love the fact that
other than that, they're going to wait for the report. Yeah. They're going to be like, I'll buy a ticket now.
And I love the fact that you said sang. Because there is a difference. This sister right here, Jennifer Holliday, can sing.
Thank you.
And so here you are, 30 years after your memorable Dreamgirls role. And basically that's why you're here. You're celebrating the anniversary of that and for other reasons as well. Yes. Even though prior to that you had amazing success right here in D.C., as you just mentioned. Yes. So what's next for Jennifer? I know right after your Broadway role, you had CDs out, 5 CDs, right?
Yeah, albums first.
Yeah, albums. And one
they
of my
have now
favorites,
been converted into CDs.
I remember playing "Say You Love Me."
Oh, thank you.
And there's another one.
I Am Love.
I Am Love. Actually, the 3, but there was another one.
I'm on Your Side.
You got it.
Angela Bofield's song.
Yes. So now, what's in store for you?
Well, now I am kind of re-entering the world. I'm pretty much a reclusive type person. I've been always very, very private, and I actually had not recorded in over 17 years. So I'm unlike some of the other recording artists where I'm actually really a Broadway baby. I only have the 5 CDs, like you said, with the 2 greatest collections. And so I wasn't really looking on recording. And even though my fans think I have a lot of hits, technically I only had 1. And that was And I'm Telling You I'm Not Going, But so now I'm re-entering the scene, and I'm starting with gospel music, returning to my roots. And I did a project that's a bit different. It's sermon and song, which is spoken word, and I used a pastor in Atlanta, Georgia, where I now live.
Okay.
He's Reverend Raphael G. Warnock, the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church, the spiritual home of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay.
So he's a young man, a dynamic preacher, and very intelligent theologian.
Okay.
He's only 42, but he sounds very much, like he's been here forever.
Right.
And so we really hit it off. And we came up with this unique project. It's called Goodness and Mercy.
Okay.
So I am singing on it, but he's preaching, and this intertwined together.
I'm not surprised that you went back to your gospel roots. That's actually what led you to Broadway. And I'm just curious. You sung a song back in the day that captured Vinette Carroll's ear.
Yes.
And she was actually the executive producer of Arms Stretched to Box of
Yes,
God.
and she co-wrote it as well.
And co-wrote it, and then it led to Dream Girls.
Yes.
Now, you were discovered in the church, and it took you to New York. The gentleman that discovered you and said, oh my gosh, you were amazing, was a dancer on tour,
Yes.
I believe with Chorus Line.
That's correct.
Do you still stay in touch with him?
I still stay in touch with him. He lives in Virginia.
He happened to go to your church? Is that?
No, he was at the music hall in Houston, Texas, with a Chorus Line,
Okay.
a touring production, and he had a friend. I guess he said he wanted to go to church, and
Yeah.
so he went with a friend
Isn't
belonged to our
that
church.
it was
And
destiny.
I was singing in the choir, and he said, "You have a Broadway voice.
Yes.
You have a big voice, and you could be used." So about 3 months later, then he called me and said, "They're having auditions for Your Arms Too Short to Box of God, and I think you would be perfect for it."
And what was the song that you sang? It was a gospel song. Can you just sing a bar of that?
Mm-hmm. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches. Oh, he watches over me.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen.